Hello fellows, let's discover our topic for today. Concept 4. Communication and Information Transfer. Lesson 1. Firefly Light Show. How do humans and animals use light and sound to send and receive information? Humans can communicate by receiving and sending information through speaking, writing, and reading. While fireflies beetles produce flashlight to warn of predators or to attract a mate. And while humpback whales communicate with each other by using songs, they produce stones to make music. So conclusion, animals and humans send and receive information with different communication systems. So how do fireflies, beetles produce the light they use to communicate? Fireflies, beetles are type of insects that can produce a chemical reaction inside their bodies that allows them to light up and communicate with other fireflies. How do fireflies use their senses to communicate? First, fireflies use their wings to form different flash patterns for two reasons: warn off other fireflies from predators or to attract a mate to reproduce. Number two, the flash at regular periods of time, but there is another group of fireflies flashing nearby. They will change their own flash pattern to match the flash pattern of the other group to communicate. The interaction between humans and nature. A group of artists use flashing LED lights to imitate the nature of the fireflies' patterns as follows. The artists turn on and off the flashing lights in the forests at regular periods in a pattern of time, or a large group of fireflies responded by flashing back the same flash pattern at the same time. Note, humans use lights to communicate with each other, to transfer information, such as using traffic lights. Communication and information transfer. Different types of communication in humans, animals, and both. Humans can use reading, writing, watching TV, using a cell phone, using an electronic reader device to transfer information or to communicate, while animals cannot use this communication or information transfer. Animals use echolocation, like bats and dolphins. Both animals and humans can use high-pitched sound and displaying light and movements to transfer information. So in displaying light, humans can use displaying light like in traffic lights, so they can transfer information. Also, the firefly beetles, they use light to transfer information as well. Humans can make STEM. As you remember, the word STEM means using science to do technology, using engineering and mathematics to try to use the same communication or information transfer as animals. So in the video below, you can see how we use the echolocation idea to invent an echolocation devices to detect location of anybody nearby. in traffic lights also we know that the green light means that you can go, and yellow to be steady, and red means to stop. Song of Whales. Fireflies communicate with each other through sounds? No, we said that fireflies communicate using light. 2. Humans communicate with each other through language? Of course, yes. Humpback whales. Humpback whales, we said that they use sound or songs to communicate with each other underwater. So actually they sing a wide range of notes or tones and a series of songs. Each one has its special meaning. In winter, it's the mating season. Mating season, it means when the humpback whales get married. Their songs have high-pitched sounds, which travel better through cold water. While in summer, they use different songs, and it's the feeding season. Feeding season means it's the time for humpback whales to search for food. Their songs have low-pitched sounds, and it's low because a low-pitched sound travels better through warm water. So high-pitched sounds such as the sharp voice of a woman, and low-pitched sounds such as the rough voice of a man. Transferring information. Sense organs collect information about the world around us, then send signals to the brain through nerves for processing and understanding. Senses can also be used to communicate or share information with others. Number 1. Ears detect sound energy to gather information from the environment and communicate with others. Number 2. Eyes detect light energy that can travel very fast over different distances to gather information from the environment and communicate with others. Examples of information that the eyes receive. Number 1. Seeing the red traffic light means that you must stop. 2. People use a rescue flare to get help. I guess all of you know the flare from many games you play. 3. People use signal fires to communicate over distance of many kilometers. So it's mainly for hikers. They use the signal fires to communicate over distances of many kilometers. Number 4, many hikers, also travelers, use mirrors to attract the attention of rescue helicopters. Codes and transferring information. What is the meaning of code? Code is a pattern that has meaning. Examples: thumbs up or thumbs down and traffic lights can be used to express simple meanings like good, bad, stop, and go. So this is a code, or a pattern that has meaning. It's a pattern that you can see, but it has a meaning. If it doesn't have a meaning, so it's not a code. So any pattern you see but doesn't have a meaning, so it's not a code. Number 2. Expressions on faces are codes that can help people predict our feelings such as happy, sad, angry, etc. And of course, all of you use it on social media. Number 3. Language. Language also is a code in the form of sounds, where different languages are different codes that are used to transfer information. Like thank you. Thank you. Uh, we can use it in many languages to transfer the information or to communicate. So in Spain you are gonna say hola, in France you are gonna say bonjour, and in English you can say hello. Number 4, writing. Also writing is a code that uses symbols in a pattern to give a specific meaning according to the arrangement of letters in a word. So here you are learning uh, letters, and by putting these letters in a word, so it has a meaning. Number 5, music or sounds. Different sound tones produced from humans or musical instruments can be used in communication. Number 6, lighthouses. It sends codes in the form of flashes of light that tell sailors where they are. When sense organs receive this information and send messages to the brain decodes meaning, translate the code, and interprets the meaning. Inventing a code. Complete. Communication through the sense of sight needs which energy?
It's light energy. I hope you got it right.
Okay, great. Communication through the sense of hearing needs which energy?
It's sound energy. This time I'm gonna be proud of you if you got it right.
Morse code. Morse code is a communication system developed by Samuel Morse in the 19th century. It's a simple code consists of short beeps, known as dots, and long beeps, known as dashes. This code allows people to spell words using patterns of sounds, long and short beeps, or lights, long and short flashes. Now, we will invent a code that is similar to Morse code in this experiment to send and receive messages without talking. So this is a famous code. It is used worldwide, means help. So the code is SOS. So SOS or help, you can use sound or light to do the communication. So how we are gonna make the code with sound? We said that there is short beeps in the form of dots, as you can see in the picture, and dashes that are long beeps. So if you are going to make a sound means SOS, so it is gonna be like beep 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 beep. So this is the SOS with using sound. So how we can do it? Using light, just like the shown in the picture here. Also short flashes for the S, 3 short flashes, and then 3 long flashes, and then 3 short flashes. Of course, you can use the SOS if you are in danger and you want anyone to help you. And because of Morse code is a universal code, so you can use it worldwide. Um, Now this activity, you can do it with a friend to invent your own code. Share one of your friends to create a unique code or signal for every letter of the alphabet using small drum. In a notebook, write a unique message that is no more than 5 words without being seen by your friend. Send your encoded message as a sender by using the drum according to the code. Of course, you can use a drum or you can use flashlight, uh, whatever it is available. Um, then your friend will decode your message. So of course we both have the code, and then one of you is gonna write the message with the code, and do it with a flashlight or a drum, and your friend is gonna decode this message or translate this message. Then compare with your friend the message that he was received to the original message you have wrote. Note, in this activity you can use a flashlight instead of the drum, as I said. Observation: you and your friend may have incorrectly sent signals or incorrectly interpreted them. Your code may have included the same encoding for more than one letter. Conclusion: we can send encoding message to communicate with each other. Different ways, such as using light energy that depends on the sense of sight, or using sound energy that depends on the sense of hearing. Note, to improve your code, you can simplify your code. Ions communicate with movement. But first, let's check your understanding. Number 1. Living organisms that can communicate with each other by sound.
Humpback whale.
Number 2. Living organisms that can communicate with each other by light.
I'm impressed. A beetle or a firefly. I'm very impressed by you.
Well done. How bees communicate with each other. Honeybees use movements to communicate with each other. In bees' hive, they do special dances that represent a code to communicate with each other, that tell the other bees the correct direction and distance to food and water resources. The scout bee, the dancing bee, moves in a figure 8 pattern while vibrating its wings. The other bees read the code of the dancing bee and then fly off to the specific location. Note, the other bees receive these codes through the sense of sight. The scout honeybee faces the direction of the flower, where, if the flower is very close, the bee does one round balance. If the flower is far away, the bee does a waggle dance to the right and then to the left. And this is considered as one dance, where one dance equals the flower is a little farther away, 3 or more dances equal the flower is far away. Humans use movements to communicate between each other, such as sign language that is used by people of special needs, simple gestures like when you shake your head to say no, ants. Ants live in colonies that contain thousands of individuals. Group of ants in a colony have different roles: nurse ants, scout ants, and soldier ants. When the is low, nurse ants send smelly messages to scout ants, which are responsible for locating food. The scout ants respond by sending a smelly message to alert the ants where to find the food. Note: soldier ants also use smelly messages to communicate if there is danger nearby. STEM in action. Remember, STEM means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Inspired by nature. So, of course, these technologies are already inspired by nature and by science. Bats use echolocation to communicating with each other and getting information about their surroundings using their hearing sense. Bats makes a high-pitched sound. The sound hits something nearby the bat and reflects back to it in the form of echo. Bat listens for the echo. Reflected sound, so bat knows that there is something nearby. Bat inspired technology. So scientist was inspired by the echolocation of bats. So they get benefit from this feature to make a technology to help us, especially the blind people, to detect their surroundings, where scientists have created a special cane that emits a high-pitched sound, just like bats. So, as a blind person is walking with this special cane, an echo of this high-pitched sound is picked up by this special cane. Then the echo is turned into vibrations that the person can feel with his thumb. The vibrations of the special cane tell the blind person the direction of the obstacles and objects around him. Note: humans cannot hear the high-pitched sounds produced either from bats or the special cane of blind people. So let's do a little comparison between special cane of blind person and bat. The similarities that the special cane of blind person and bats emit a high-pitched sound that bounces off objects as an echo. This special cane and bats receive the echo that can tell how far away objects are, while differences that the special cane picks up an echo from the sound it emits and changes it into a vibration that can tell the blind person where objects are around him, while bats pick up an echo from the sound they emit, but they don't change it into vibrations.